Nestled between Guggenheim and the Electrical Engineering Building is the Aerospace and Engineering Research Building. In it, a team of UW undergrads are working on a 10-foot rocket that will be entered in a NASA competition. Project leader Stuart Jacobs tells us more.
The University Student Launch Initiative is a NASA-sponsored competition where the goal is to create a rocket that can carry a scientific payload to an altitude of 1 mile above the ground and return to the ground with both the rocket and the payload intact.
The competition is this April and will take place in Huntsville, Alabama. However, this is not the first time UW has competed. Jacobs, the only returning member from last year's team, tells us a little more about last year's event.
I remember speaking to one of the NASA officials there. I was talking with him and I heard this explosion. And I turn around and I see our parachutes are drifting down. The team thought that they were going to launch. Nevertheless, the range safety officer told us that we couldn't launch because our rocket was unsafe. And a lot of us were taken aback that they would do that because clearly it looked safe enough to us.
Discouraged, none of the 2011 team wished to return but Jacobs, who assumed the role of project leader and built a new team for 2012.
I remember being a little baffled that nobody on the team wanted to participate. Some of them just didn't want to do it anymore because they didn't like the paperwork. I was under the impression that we were going to do this again, so I decided to volunteer to be project lead and started collecting team members. My first thought was, what kind of hell am I getting myself into?
Though they lack experience, they have successfully launched a subscale model of their rocket that is 1/3 the size of the one that they will use for the competition in April.
We spent good amount of time during winter break working on it, and we launched it in that nasty snow, and it just came down nicely. I was really happy.
April fast approaching, the team looks to the event with anticipation.
It's a scary thought, to be honest. I'm still worried that we won't get everything in time.
I feel pretty good about it. I don't think we're going to win this year. We're kind of a rookie team because we only have Stuart. But nevertheless, I think we're going to do a good showing for the UW.
If the rocket that I built or I built like part of or I was part of flies up into air, reaches 1 mile and comes down safely, I'll be very happy.
If rocketry sounds like something you might be interested in, the University Student Launch Initiative may be the perfect thing to get into, no matter what your background is.
It's open to anybody, from what I can tell, because we need a lot of people from different backgrounds.
I personally don't have any rocketry experience myself beforehand, but I just thought I'd give it a shot and try it and see what I can do with it.
There aren't a lot of opportunities like this. I mean, you know, we're working with NASA, we're launching a freaking big rocket.
I'd say you get to work with rockets and possibly play with high explosives. Need I say more?